The 5th Regiment gets sent to intercept Napoleon after his escape from Elba. Napoleon meeting the 5th Regiment. Let's go, boys! Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. That must have been wild, though. Imagine finding that dude after you thought he was gonna be stuck in jail forever. The anti-tank dog program is over. Now let's send the dogs into space. Wait, what? Well, let's look at the bright side. At least you'll get a statue for getting sent into space instead of, you know, just exploding and no one even remembers who you were. What is up with the Soviets doing terrible things to dogs? Let's also not forget about the dogs that are near Chernobyl. They also didn't get to last very long. Who would win? A bunch of tough fighter planes or this boy with loads of machine guns? The Japanese Zero versus the American B-17. Everyone loves to laugh at me because I know nothing about military equipment, vehicles, aircrafts, but I know these two just because they were included as unique units in Civilization 5. I'll never forget. Eastern Europe after being liberated by the Soviets. Oh yeah, thanks, guy. Wait. This will always remind me of this meme. I wouldn't say freed, more like under new management. All of the Axis literally doing horrible things all throughout World War II. And then there's Finland, who just wanted back their land from the Soviets. Yeah, they kind of got themselves caught up in a weird situation. You're an Islamic sailor heading into battle against the Byzantine Navy. Their ships have freaking flamethrowers. Again, they're probably thinking, what have I gotten myself into? Yeah, there was this little thing called Greek fire that they were using. It was some kind of incendiary weapon, and the flames supposedly were able to continue to burn even on top of the water. How would you even begin to defeat something like that? Remember, guys, if you produce more ships than the enemy can make torpedoes, you can win the war. Until next time, guys. I actually don't know exactly what event this is referring to against Japan. I guess this is referring to Liberty ships, which were terrible, but they just made a lot of them. Modern historian, it was 12K versus 8K. Ancient and medieval sources, it was 20,000 versus 400,000. Now that's the alpha way to do this. Those numbers, those are some rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up. When you're casually enjoying your 45th birthday and your mistress shows up halfway through wearing a skin-tight dress singing happy birthday as seductively as possible. Like, what was she thinking? Like, did Marilyn just not care? She was just like, you know what? We're just gonna make it obvious to the world right now. She was probably just trying to make all the other mistresses jealous. The Brits knowing 99% of the world and controlling 25% versus the Romans knowing 25% of the world and controlling 90%. If I only discover the land that I control, then I basically own all the world. Now that's some smart spark logic. Japan embracing Western ideals after this restoration. Oh, but that foreshadow though. Yeah, this could backfire. Well, it's really gonna backfire for all of Asia first. They're gonna be like these poor rebels that Darth Vader's just gonna chop up. You are a witch, so I denounce you. Oh no, Yugi, don't do it. I denounce you because believing in witches is heresy. No! Got him with that mirror force tactic. I guess this is what they were doing in Spain. Modern graffiti. How the frick do you draw no German symbol? Ancient graffiti. Weep, you girls. My pee-pee has given you up. Now it oh. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna have to stop right there. Graffiti's changed a whole lot over the years, I guess. I'm going back in time to teach the ancient Egyptians how to play bowling. How to play bowling? We already know. Oh, whoa. You literally see them. The bowling ball has 3 holes in it too. Knowing them though, like, who knows what these pins are made out of? Possibly alien bones or something. Gets on plane with Boom Boom. Demands $200,000 in parachutes. Doesn't take hostages or hurt people. Jumps out of plane and is never caught. Literally refuses to elaborate any further. We've all been waiting for him to elaborate for like 50 years and he hasn't done it yet. And I don't even know if we're ever going to get to the bottom of DB Cooper because didn't the FBI shut down the case in 2016? I guess they wanted to focus on more important matters, but there's nothing more important than this. When you seal the fate of the Iberian Peninsula in one battle, basically the Visigothic Kingdom versus the Umayyad Caliphate, 33,000 forces versus 12,000. Decisive Umayyad victory, king is oofed, capture of the capital with no resistance, destruction of the Visigothic Empire, and you get a nice little name change. Wow, they got absolutely obliterated. But it's all good because no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. What's your pitch? A buffer state between France, Prussia, and the Netherlands, suggests the UK. Ah, they want to make a Belgium. Holy freaking shit. Now that seems like a genius idea. And so Waffle Land was born. It was that simple. Only one side effect though, the Congo will not be happy. You get oofed only a few years into your presidency. As a result, people conveniently forget your major F-ups in the Bay of Pigs invasion, escalation in Nam, and lack of action on civil rights. Yeah, we don't like to talk about this part when it comes to JFK. Yeah, we're gonna just kind of brush all this under the rug. Normal brands using a single name across the globe. Walls using 26 different names in 83 countries. I've literally never heard of this before, so yeah, I'm assuming they have a different name in the US. It literally took me like 3 minutes to even find this. I didn't even know what we were talking about. I guess it's a British ice cream, and these are all the different names around the world. Man, they just stay hidden. They don't want anyone to know who's really controlling all this. There's this secret ice cream empire controlling the world, and no one is talking about it. The Brits losing to the Roman Empire, even though they had 3 times the military. Ouch, yeah, that's gotta hurt. It's probably the best way to end it. Supposedly their army was actually way bigger than just 3 times the size of the Romans. Women with a time machine, I am your granddaughter. Really? Men with a time machine, take it to defend Constantinople, reforge the empire. Thanks, bro. You think just one of these would be able to make a difference at this time? You gotta teach them how to use it too, though. I think there would be a little bit more of a process. It's English. It's French. Is it both? Yeah, it's both. Oh, it's Canada. I love it. What the hell is this place? It is like a weird love child between the British and French. I guess that explains its strangeness. D.B. Cooper was a mystery. He chose the technically inferior parachute. He did not realize his reserve parachute was sewn shut. He jumped in pitch black and heavy rain with wind speeds up to 172 miles per hour in his face, temperature only 15 degrees Fahrenheit, without helmets or goggles and only a trench coat. He very likely did not survive his jump, fell into the Columbian River, and washed into the Pacific Ocean with all the cash, of course. Maybe you got to take it to the afterlife, I don't know. Wait a second, I'm onto this person. Who made this meme? I bet you this is Cooper himself trying to throw us off his trail. Elvis Presley, who wants to be made a federal agent. Richard Nixon saying, I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. A fancy Federal Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drug Agent badge that doesn't give the wearer any power whatsoever. That's like the best thing as president. You could just pretend to give people power, and you know they're gonna think they're a boss for the rest of their life. Roman conquests after 500 years. Muslim and Umayyad Caliphate conquests after only 60 years. Wait a second. Now, where are my Mongols at? Don't leave my boy Genghis out of this. He conquered things pretty fast as well. I didn't like my side profile until I realized it was my ancestors' legacy. What? Okay, that is pretty cool, but there's literally nothing wrong with your side profile. It's fine. It's perfect. Anyways, of course, someone responded talking about how they were going to do the same video. Except with their tiny pee-pee next to 30 Greek statues. I literally can't help but make the same joke all the time when I read this stuff. I was born in the wrong generation. Also, why are you crying? Is it that serious? Soviets launch dogs into space. NASA launch monkeys into space. The French. Well-prepared cat. I just love that everyone was choosing different animals to blast off into the atmosphere. Glad NASA chose the best, though. Imagine if we sent Harambe. Hilter needing a militia to stop the Soviet advance into Germany. 16-year-old Germans. Would you like to be a part of this new group that I call the Youth? You probably won't last more than a year. My kidnappers returning me back after listening to me talk about the defenstrations of Prague for 2 hours. This is literally why I'm not afraid to be kidnapped. I'm just gonna talk about why we need to bring back Czechoslovakia or something. UK says North Korea has invaded South Korea with the backing of the Soviet Union. The US respond, if they want us to intervene, then we will intervene, but not alone. Call the United Nations. All of them? They've all sworn to defend the sovereignty of nations. Have they not? Let's see what their words are worth. Wow, that sounds way more epic than it probably was. This is a cool way to put it, though. Lincoln to defectors. I understand this war has been tough. Here's a pardon if you don't do it again. Washington to defectors. Yeah, different US presidents dealt with these people, well, differently. Mao Zedong in 1958, after seeing all the cool factories everyone else has. Basically, we're about to warp 2 million years ahead in civilization. Oh yeah, and we're accidentally gonna oof a lot of people in the process. Richard Ramirez has rotting teeth, smells bad, is charged with assault, burglary, and making people not live. Weird fangirls watching the trial. It makes me feel a little bit better about our generation. There are still very strange fangirls everywhere. They've just chosen different things to focus on. Soviet officials in Chernobyl. We've had a small explosion in the plant, but it's nothing for Moscow to worry about. The plant workers beginning to feel a little spicy. Anyone else taste metal? This is not funny. This should not be that funny. Yeah, after watching that show based off this event, there is nothing more terrifying than like radiation poisoning. Europeans in the 16th century, this tomato is a beautiful ornamental plant. I am going to decorate my house with its aesthetics. I don't even care about the history part of this. Does anyone remember Chad Vader? This was the early days of YouTube. I didn't think anyone ever remembered this. My kidnappers returning me back after listening to me talk about the Roman Empire for 24 hours. Yeah, that works too. I don't think they'll return me. I really think they'd be like, all right, this guy just doesn't deserve to live. We weren't going to kill kill you before, but now we're gonna have to. And big thanks, the September patrons: Max, Cooper, Majestic Unicorn, I Love Marks, Drewsasussybakachangemymind, Thick Girl, Braxton Girlfriend, Drew's Argentinian Grandpa, BringBackPolandball, AryanAfterHours, Alfonso M6, Barnsky W, Dalton D, Full Send Nic, LuxembourgLover, McBlorf, Mind Brothers 999X2, Papi Druwu, Patrick C, Elijah Senpai, and Stormtrooper 501. Thank you.